All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Thursday. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you stopping by as always. If you're coming in later on a video rewatch, then thank you for viewing this later. And I hope you get something out of this because we'll be working with Studio tonight, doing some designing. If you have any questions during the course of this, just feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help folks with the good word that is Studio by Bricklink. Hello, Bev and Missy. How are you? Thanks for being here as always. So, good news. I don't know if you can see it. I haven't hung it back up, but there used to be a cable that ran along here, down here, and then into the back of my computer. That was our network cable that ran over the roof, over the ceiling, into the other room. As of yesterday, we now have internet. We now have Ethernet jacks in 4 different areas of the house. TV room where we watch TV, office where I work, this room, the main living room, and the master bedroom, which we don't really need, but our landlord was paying for it. He said, let's future proof, let's get some jacks into some places. So we now should have new cable in the house as well as jacks everywhere, so we're not relying on Wi-Fi. I'm not running 100-foot cables snaking across the ceilings and the floors. So computer's fixed, internet should be working great. If this thing dies now, I'm blaming OBS and I'm blaming the ISP in general. But as of now, it's not my stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't tested this with streaming and studio, but I played some games on it and it's fine. So hello, Greg. How are you? Yeah, because of that, the week's been pretty good. We had a rough kind of last week. Beth wasn't feeling well, as kind of per usual. But got some lights for the stadium, so now I'm just waiting to see if I can score a couple of phones for the displays, and it's pretty much done. I want to, if I can find 2 matching phones, they don't have to be Androids, but they have to be kind of big. They have to be about my size of phone, which is a Pixel 6 Pro, so the Pro size. If I can't find 2 large ones, at least 2 matching ones. Lasso, hey George, how are you? Lasso let me borrow 2 phones, but they were really small, but they were matching, so I'm just like, okay. So local people, if anybody has a bead on a used very large phone, all it needs to do is like show pictures. So, but I got the iPad in there and I ran it with like the lights and the highlight film on it, and it looks really good. I'm very excited. So anyway, let's get into it. So today we're doing, I need to open up Studio. Yeah, not too bad. There was a new game that I wanted to try. That I was trying to work on before this all started, and I had like a C++ runtime error on it, and I'm like, well, that stinks. So I'm still working out some of the kinks of having an absolutely brand new motherboard, but we'll see how it goes, and a new OS installation and whatever. So I think the votes were, the winning selection was the US Enterprise D. Also, let me know how the music and the volume for the microphone is, if anything's too loud or not loud enough, or if it sounds okay. I also just got really stuffy all of a sudden, so it's going to sound like my voice is going to sound terrible. So there has been a Lego set of the Enterprise D. I'm not, for the Microfighter size of it, I'm not going to make any this but smaller kind of things, but and I honestly don't have any ideas about what to do with this yet. So this will be fun. This will go now with the Constellation class, as well as the Defiant. I need to get the parts for the Defiant because I have a Worf figure now. This is a Worf from the Enterprise. He's not going to focus really well on this camera. This is the Worf figure from the Enterprise D set, but it's got Riker's body and Worf's head. Because in DS9, Worf is a command level unit, soldier. They're not really soldiers, are they? In Starfleet, they are officer. He's an officer, right? Command track. So I can replace this with red. And as you can tell, there really wasn't a whole lot I could do for Worf. His head or anything. So, but yeah, so, but it'll be about this size. And then if I get the parts for this, then I can have 3. I will have to do, I can have Picard, Worf, and Kirk. And then we'll have 3 Star Trek Microfighters. But then I think I also wanted to do, hey, Johnny, how's it going? I want to get the parts for all these guys too. I think this would be a good display. Hopefully I can get all the parts. I need to go to a Bricks and Minifigs and see if I can grab some Batmen. I don't honestly know the difference in the Lego versions of all these characters. Like I know like if I were to look at them, that's Robert Pattinson, that's the animated series, that's Michael Keaton. So I'm gonna have to do a little research. And then there's one more that I might try to do before then, which is the I have another one. I thought I did another one that is the 1989 one, but I guess this is the 1989 one. Anyway, I'll need the Batman car, which is like a Charger, right? It's just a muscle car. It's nothing fancy. But then isn't there another? Real quick, let's look up Batmobiles and just get an idea. So there's a lot. I mean, I wish they'd show them all instead of just listing them. But here's like the animated series. Yeah, it's not going to list. I wish it would have an image of them all. These are just for Brick Rodeo, George. I do have the classic one. It looks like garbage. This is technically the classic one. This is the best I could do with it. I would love to go back and finish it, but the classic one is just, it's too round. It's got too many things that go down the middle of it. It's got the 2 bulbous cockpit things like right in the middle. So unless I made this like 5 wide, I don't know how I would get a lot of these things in here. Also, there was no way to get, like, there were so many little pinstripes of red. So this was a real struggle. By comparison, the Tumbler was like a dream. Like, I had so much fun with it. Yeah, these are for the Microfighter display that I'll do at Brick Rodeo. So I'll have 100, maybe 70 or 80 Microfighters, and I want to get some new ones so it's not the same ones as last time, and maybe I'll replace some of the older Star Wars ones. But I want to kind of get a few more non-Star Wars ones in there. So we'll do the Batmens, and then I'd like to get like this done, the Enterprise D, a couple more non-Star Wars ones. Battleship Yamato was one of those that I put up there. The Daedalus class battleship from Stargate, stuff like that. Oh, okay, cool. That'd be great. Yeah, I don't like need to keep them or anything. I can just use them for this. I do have some Batman figures too, like a couple. I got one I had the Tumbler, but I think I had to give that one back. I got a couple like random ones from other smaller sets, but anyway. So let's start on this. Let's start on our Enterprise D. I'm going to close these down because I don't... These were just to kind of show new ones. So let's start with our... I don't think Star Trek has any items in here yet. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so I can see it, because my eyes is bad. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I hope everyone's had a good week. I know here in Austin it's been relatively cool, a little rainy. It's supposed to be raining again tomorrow. So I've been enjoying it, like sweatshirt weather kind of thing, shorts and a sweatshirt. Yeah, I really don't think I'm going to find anything that's going to look like a Starfleet uniform. I did something that was kind of close with one for the pockets, because they did have those other ones that were like, they had the top and then they had kind of the zipper thing on it, but I don't think I'm going to get one. I think I'm just going to do red. Maybe black shoulders. That's just a strapless dress. Maybe there'll be some with a badge on it. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. But I'm going to keep this because it's got the hands. So I'm going to release this, and I'm just going to put a torso on here. Color that red. Get some legs. Break those up. Uh-oh. What is happening here? I broke it. Wow. What is happening? That is weird. I did something. I can't even delete it now. Whee! All right, well, I'm going to start this over. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, I'm just going to start it over. That was wild. Good old studio. So, while this is coming back up again, what have we seen lately? Because it's been a week. I haven't been able to do... I didn't do a stream last Sunday, and I don't think I'm going to do one this Sunday either, because we got friends of ours who are celebrating a new job. And we're probably going to go to brunch with them. Let's see, do I want flesh hands or yellow hands? I don't think any of these... come with flesh hands. So I may have to replace. Let me just recolor all this. Current color. That's not the current color. Return to main model. Thank you. Something is going on. I hope I'm not like breaking my computer in the process of like figuring out that it all kind of works again. We've had a few new things come out or be announced. I think a lot of stuff they've announced are coming out in June, but also we just had Star Wars Day, or May the 4th at least. So we had the N1 UCS, I think, and but I don't know if anybody got that. Jurassic Park van. There's the new Big Apple. It's like a black and white New York skyline. It's cool, but I probably won't get it. There's a mountain bike. Like Lego Icons is doing a mountain bike. I think we were joking in Discord. I'm like, I have a bike. Like, give me Megatron. More basketball stuff. Sega Genesis. Lots of Ninjago. Alice in Wonderland Brickheads looks pretty cool. Lilo and Stitch. No, there's a pig. I don't know what that pig is from. Minecraft sets. Black Dragon. Five Nights. More Five Nights. And Fortnite. So. And then the Megatron Brickhead. So that'll be fun. Yeah. At least, right? Okay, the scroll button is like price guide, ground size, appearance, shortcut. Is it maybe my mouse? Maybe that'll help. That's better. Wow, that's just a weird setting. Yup. I had a scroll button, a mouse scroll button option that was when you scroll your mouse button, go through several pages at a time. I'm like, no, just one page at a time, please. Why would you want to do that? Release those. All this to be put under here and then just get a bald head. And I don't know what head they used for Picard. That looks good. That looks Picard-ish. So there you go, Picard. I'm not going to go too far into the getting him to have a comm badge or anything like that. Maybe I'll give him a flute. Why? Why is this doing this? Absolute heck is going on with this thing. I don't know if it's a new update or what, but this does not bode well for working with this. Okay, the Enterprise D. Let's get back to that, shall we? Enterprise D. I shouldn't even really look at this because I know exactly what it looks like. Yeah, this mouse button scrolling is really freaking... I don't like it, whatever it is. Pointer speed. Maybe it's just I'm not used to this mouse. I don't know. I haven't been on this computer for a while. It just seems really fast. I don't like it. I need an overhead shot for the most part, and the filming for the Enterprise D doesn't like showing the overhead. The Lego set does, but it really loves showing it from the front and underneath. If you notice, all these shots, front and underneath, because they want to see this rad deflector dish. It is cool, I'm not gonna lie, but I'd love to see if I can do top view. That works. That's even better. Okay. Okay. So, figuring out how to get him, he's going to sit in the same area that Kirk sits in the other Enterprise. So it's going to be on the back half of the dish. Now, the main fuselage, the engineering or the drive section, is a little oblong, right? And these, everything is a little like oval, oblong shaped. Yeah, the scroll zoom is okay. Scroll over here is okay. The scrolls over here is, I think it's just me. Something about like the page itself just feels like it moves way too fast. Maybe it's the page setting too. Like, I don't know. But there wasn't anything that's like, there's pointer speed, roll the mouse wheel to scroll one screen at a time, multiple lines at a time. See, that's better. But then if I come over here, and now it's fine. I don't know. Yeah, now it's fine. Now, whatever happens, back to the way it was. So everything is a little oblong. It's a little oval shaped. The Constitution class had a round fuselage and a round disc and round nacelles. This is just the opposite. It's like everything's a lozenge, right? So at this size, you know, it's not whoops, it's not going to be any bigger than this. The square he's sitting in is going to be the size of the model. So, like right off the bat, no prints. Let's look up some round plates just to see like what we have to work with. And it's probably going to be like a little awkward. It's probably going to be something like this. Probably not this bad, but yeah, not that bad. Let's give it a little more roundedness. So plans for Brick Rodeo are coming along apace. We are just a few months out, and it's going to be, hey, Chris, how's it going? Everybody who hasn't known already, Chris is an old friend from my comic book days. Was just on my brother's stream. He was running his comic book whatnot stream, doing some auctioning for it. Everybody, I'm going to go ahead and pimp this to Joe the Mad Titan on whatnot. He does a weekly stream. He's still doing it right now, but he starts at 7 Central, and he's auctioning off comic books and his own art, comic art, to help pay for cancer surgeries. So there, and now they just had a wreck. Somebody hit his wife's car. She's fine, but the car is totaled. So even more hits keep coming. So if you're on Whatnot a lot and you like comic book stuff, go check it out. He's got a lot of rare stuff, a lot of one-offs. He's friends with a lot of comic book shops in Denver. So he knows his stuff. So he'll get you good stuff. But yes, I was going somewhere with that now. I forgot. So Chris is a comic book friend from way back. And check out his channel. He runs one called Comic Tropes. And he is also very learned and does a lot of good deep dives and interviews, and also does some art as well. He's a good artist. So check him out if you can. So there's been a lot of updates to like tiles and stuff. I want this to be a better, and yes, Chris, this is a Enterprise D. I had it on earlier. I've got the Constitution class, the Enterprise, and the Defiant. So now I put it up for a vote, and everybody, I think 4 people out of the 11 who voted for the Enterprise D. So that's what we're going to do. Yep. I want these to exist without those notches in them. Hey, look at that. That's cool. Hey, look at that. That's one piece? That's weird. And that's too big. So I guess we're stuck with the one with the notch in it. Lego is so weird sometimes. Okay, so I know we're doing Star Trek, but I'm going to talk about this is our beer for the night. It's called Occupy Mars. Fitting. It's by a brewery called Starbase, and I think they're out of Austin. Yeah, I can cover them anyway. I just, part of filling it now becomes, because I was going to try something, but then I realized I'd have to fill that. That's not bad. Has everybody who is interested is caught up on Mall? These shouldn't be viewed, so I'm going to color those. We're going to color them lime because it doesn't matter. Or whatever the color says it's. Actually, those might need to be gray as well. Realize I'm going all over the place with talking about stuff, but Mall was wrapped up recently. I thought it was really good. It wasn't anything magical, but I thought it was really good. I'm going to do the main shuttle bay back here. We're just going to do... And then... Is there a bigger round tile? Oh, look at these guys. Can I get those in gray? Yes, I can. So I like trying to use new pieces. New piece. Cool. New piece. So that's pretty cool. So the first episode was a little confused why he has a mandal. So that, if you watched, and I realize that not everybody has the time to do all the homework to watch a lot of MCU and Star Wars anymore, and that's fine. There's quite a few people. Whoops. Wow, I think that said LA. Like, I'm not even in that area. Actually, I like these, but there's a reason I'm not going to use those. So I'm going to use a tile jumper. Don't make me just type jumper. I know, right? Somebody's coming. There needs to be a bridge on here, so I'm going to do a little, as much as I hate doing this, it's going to be a round tile. So yeah, for a lot of people, the last they saw of Maul was at the end of The Phantom Menace, and he got cut in half. They don't watch, and here's the thing, that was a while ago, I get it, that was 27 years ago. And in that time, you've had 2 major shows that ran for quite a few series that had him in it. There's also 1 movie he was in at the very end. Not even a blink and you miss it. Like, he had a big couple lines at the end of Solo. So he was in there, right? But yeah, the long and short of it was he survived the fall, went crazy, got robot legs, but still kind of was like his brain was broken. His people are called, he's a Zabrak, right? Yes. And his people are from Dathomir. And they are 2 different, like the male and female of the species are, I guess, dimorphic, meaning whatever the term is for, like, the males don't look like the females, vice versa. So the males all look like him, markings and horns, and the females look like Asajj Ventress, right? So, and there's a whole Night Sister thing, like, the women of the Dathomir, can also be part of this group called the Night Sisters, which is magic. It's like Force, but with the magic. Magic, but with the Force. They used a lot of their magic to heal him, but they did as much as they could with his brain, but he was a little broken, right? So he had like really monstrous spider legs for a while, and then he got like regular like looking legs, but he's had robot legs since then. He's tried to take over Mandalore. He's started a couple crime syndicates. He's fought Inquisitors. Like, he's had quite a bit of a run. Him and Ahsoka have become kind of big characters in the Star Wars universe since the prequel movies came out. So yeah, this would take place. Okay, now I need an underside view, because this is going to be different under here. 2x3 plate. I need this guy in gray. It does jump around a bit. This one takes place, trying to remember, it's after Order 66. It is, I think it's before Rebels. I mean, it's obviously before Rebels, because spoiler alert, he dies at the end of Rebels. Like, for good this time. That show's 12, 15 years old, something like that. All right, so this is going to be raised up a little bit. Right about there. And then it's going to have a seat for him with the bridge. They should post the timestamp. Yeah. whatever ABY, BBY. So in this, I think this was roughly, I want to say like 3 BBY. There's context clues. There's already Inquisitors, which means Vader's already been in power long enough to create the Inquisitorius. And I think it was only about a year or so before he started that, after he turned into Darth Vader, or to the cyborg that was Darth Vader. But it was before Solo, because at the end of Solo, Maul is already in charge of like the criminal organization that Crimson Dawn is a part of. I thought it was really great. I liked the art in it. I liked that there wasn't, we weren't on a desert planet. It was another like city planet. Had a real like Blade Runner vibe to it. I'm going to jump over to the nacelles real quick so I can get an idea of kind of fun parts for the nacelles. Not really sure how to do these guys yet. I want them to be too wide, but not massive. So I need trans red, orange. What are they up there? Trans red. We'll do trans red. And this will be a good test of the old computer. Okay, didn't crash. So I'm looking for some of these guys. These guys would be too big. These guys would be the right size if I got two of them together. Might be a little too big, but they're also not rounded. This guy's the perfect. I think this is what you use in the actual set, but you can see how massive those are. Right. He's waiting for Guinan to come over and bust his nuts about something. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's not rounded. Wow, these come in. Oh my goodness. That's a good part to have in trans red, I guess, because of all the probably speed champions that use these as tail lights. That would be my guess. I didn't get the Goonies ship. It's on my list. I think I had to make a choice between the Goonies ship. I got something big at the end of the year. I think I got the shuttle, or toward the end of the year. I think I got the shuttle, the Boeing with the shuttle on it. And that was my big purchase of the year. I think that was it. Yeah. I don't think and the Enterprise. So I think I got the Enterprise instead of the Goonies ship. That was the big one. So it's on my list. I'd like to eventually get it, but I haven't really purchased any sets this year. So yeah. See, these are interesting because they've got this shape that looks like a hand holding a hockey puck, right? And I'm trying to recreate that without, like, I could just make it like this. Yeah, you and me both, man. We're saving up for a trip to the UK, and it's taken like most. Like, you cancel subscriptions, you cut back on like gym memberships, you do less eating out, you don't do big spends, you change what your savings is per paycheck. Like, we're trying to do all this stuff. So it's going to be fine. We're going to do it, but yeah, the deflector dish I don't think is going to be all that hard, but The problem is it's like 7 different colors. I don't need a top view now. Now I just need a whatever view. It's more orange than it is blue, apparently. It's equal parts blue and... So the original... Let me check something. The Lego set itself isn't this detailed. It doesn't have this amount of blue, orange, blue, orange. It's like blue and orange. And I think a lot of people have gone back and like made a part for it that makes it look more like this. Because the Lego part is like a sunburst, right? And it doesn't look like this. It doesn't have this kind of... It has a little bit right there. But... So yeah, that is going to be kind of difficult. Because it's only going to be about... It may be 3 wide. You may have to do a 3 wide on the fuselage. But to answer your question... Could you invert a trans orange stud? Probably. Let's look up trans blues. There's probably going to be trans light blue is going to be the most ubiquitous. I was thinking these, but they don't really have anything that they can connect to. Oh wow, these are cool. I wish they would line up. So I was thinking that, and then like a blue dome just recessed. This one? This one's massive. This one? Yeah, some of these are huge. You mean like that? Or this little one? Yeah, this one would be good. Then I have to figure out how to build around it. So then you have to build a whole bunch of stuff. And this is the Constitution class had a rounded fuselage, but see if there's any more. So like this would be good if we had 2 of them. And then like a just a plate, but we'll do like actually, it probably needs to be more dark orange. And then have dark orange around that. Is there a Professor Head X specifically? Doesn't look like it. If you looked up the part, I would think it would be pretty funny because they have X-Men Lego. So Charles Xavier. So here's the Charles Xavier minifigure. There's 2 of them. And they probably have the same head. So 3 parts. This head. exists in 45 cents. So I mean, it's not a it's a common head. Like, it's used in a lot of stuff, a lot of Star Wars. I wouldn't be surprised if they used it for, let's see if I can find the so there's the X Mansion. I don't see it as the Enterprise. That would make sense. So then if we did Picard, his head's a little different. He looks a little more happy. Which I don't see Picard as smiling. Like, every time I think of Picard, he's serious. That's what I see. Picard. Not really unique, I don't think, but we can... I don't know how many parts this was used. Looks just like the one set, so this head was specifically for Jean-Luc Picard, which means you should be able to use this for Charles Xavier. And there's him with his Earl Grey tea. This camera doesn't work really well. If it'll focus. Come on, focus. Don't know if there's enough light on it to focus. There we go. Probably just as well to see it in the on the screen. Here's also Worf that'll do for the Defiant. I replaced his head with and put it onto Riker's body so he could get the command level for while he's in Deep Space Nine. But so yeah, so yeah. The problem with this fuselage is it's going to be a squishy fuselage. So like I'm envisioning. Oh, this song. Clouds Cry. Show and folder. I hate this song so much. Can I delete this song, please? Before I go any further, I have to get rid of that song. I have to. Just every time. It just sounds like somebody's strangling a clarinet. I think there's a rounded 2-stud long brick instead of a rectangular. Well, there's a rounded 2-stud long brick instead of... Oh, I see. There isn't. If I flip this the other way, there is a tile. But I don't know. I'll change this back to gray. There's this. Hi, Beth.
Ow, I just sneezed a dog in the face. I didn't mean to.
Everybody, do you want Beth to come sit over here and build something?
No, Beth has to eat dinner.
Are you sure? Okay. All right. Well, go take care of yourself.
There's a cat in a box.
Cat in a box. Step 1, empty the box. Step 2, put your cat in the box. Step 3, pet that cat in the box. There is, I just thought of something. If I can figure out how to put it all together, this would be the way to do the in the fridge, in a Tupperware. So I get a plate that's 3, something like this. And put this in front of it. So that would have to be a jumper to turn that back into, oh. Yeah, I'd have to figure out how to make that work. Change the grid size. Sticking out a little too far, but I'll have to work on figuring out how to make that kind of come around it instead. I could probably come over the top a little bit if I wanted to. Because then I could take this back a little bit. There are 3x plates. And this goes back pretty far, so just that. And then fill in the gaps later. Now this is going to get tricky. Because then we can do this to start tapering it. And then have them together like this as it gets farther back. That's a little too wide, but I was thinking about this the other day. I was making something and I was like, I need a slope like this that's like this piece, but just like too wide, like just a real small whatnot. So and there isn't, like I've expected one. Ooh, there are new pieces though. So maybe instead of that one, I can do this one. That come in. Oh, none of these come in. What? Did I do light gray instead of light blue gray? A rookie frickin' move, man. So now I need to turn all these light grays to light blue grays. There we go. That's better. And there's no inverted form of this. So, which is fine, because I think right after this, it just gets, it's flat under here. So we wanted to make this even one longer. So Chris, did you watch Daredevil? Are you caught up on Daredevil? And if so, what did you think of it? I think that's too long. I'm constantly looking back at... Actually, that's not too bad. Maybe it is. Let's do one plate instead. And then we can change this to... Up to date in Daredevil and the Boys. I think I'm one behind on the Boys if it came out recently. I did have a good schedule with Boys and Invincible because they were releasing at the same time. And then Invincible ended. And I was like, now I'm going to have to remind myself about the Boys. So I liked Daredevil up until the finale. I really didn't like the finale all that much. I wasn't a big fan of Fisk and for those who haven't seen it and are currently watching it, mute it for a hot second. I liked the finale right up until the point where Fisk just gets away, right? And I get that that's the epitome of Matt Murdock, is putting his faith in the justice system, because he knows it won't let him down, even if it's against him. And knowing that the best thing for the city is for Fisk just to be gone. But at the same time, I'm like, he just came down a hallway mowing people down and nothing happens to him. Like, I find it hilarious that the MacGuffin of the season was an arms deal on a boat that got sunk and then got moved and then got stolen and then got moved again and then ends up in the courthouse for some reason, or in Fisk's location. And like nobody, there was like at the end it was all fist fights, and I'm like, weren't there a bunch of guns? Like, what happened? The AVTF, I have to remember what the acronym is, was armed to the teeth and very little gun usage, which I don't know if that was intentional or what, but I found it really interesting that at the end, like, none of those protesters, especially in the grand ballroom, but that big staircase, and here comes Fisk, and there's 100 protesters, and nobody takes a shot at him? Like, really? I get it. You want to beat down the person and subdue him and get him into jail. You don't really want to kill him. But I'm like, oh man. I think that's just me and Daredevil, though. I feel like that's me and not, like, okay. And I never got the comic, so I don't know, like, what... I need to figure this out first. I don't know what their dynamic is. But I feel like in the show, it was pretty much Batman, Joker, Superman, Lex Luthor. They're just pretty much opposites, right? They both want the same thing, but they're both coming at it from really different points of view. I just thought it was really funny because I was like, what happened to all the guns? Weren't there guns everywhere? All right. But yeah, like, up until then, loved it. And I loved what happened with Vanessa. And I loved, I mean, as much as I hated seeing what happened to Gandolfini Jr., I get it. I'm really digging what's happening with, what's her name? The therapist. That's going to be great. I think she's obviously being set up for season 3. There was a scene where she was choking Buck and the tears were coming down her face, and it flashed to Muse with the mask, and I'm like, oh, brilliant. That's so good. Like, I really like the way they did her character. So this is going to be a weird piece, this middle piece, because it's just a slopey forward. It feels like it's just a slopey forward piece, but then it's got this like kind of, it's going to be weird to do in Lego. So I'm just going to do my best here, which might just be like inverted slopes. Like, I almost want to do something like this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get too crazy about it. It's a Microfighter. I just realized I don't have to be too goofy with it. I agree, and I think what happens with... I wouldn't even mind, like... I feel like shows like this, and this started back with the original Netflix Iron Fist and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and Daredevil, is that they were, even at that point, years and years ago, they were starting to get fewer and fewer episodes of a season. And so these big fights became like the entirety of the show. Like, that's all they did was a fight, right? But again, they were a little short. You know, it was just like boom, 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 and then you got to put enough time in there for talking. It's like, well, maybe if you had 13 episodes, 15 episodes, you could have an episode that's just a brawl, right? Or multiple like points of action, and then a couple episodes in between that are a little lighter, a little more lawyer stuff, a little more flashback, a little more interpersonal stuff, like focus on a character or something. Yeah, it just feels like any season of a TV show is just an extended movie. That's all they're doing now. This may be too small. I'm going to bring in the... But up until then, I really liked it. I thought it was really well done, very well acted. The lady who plays... the tall blonde, his love interest slash... Was she a lawyer at any point? Or is she just a friend of Matt and Foggy's? She was incredible. Karen Page, thank you. I knew it was like... It was on the tip of my tongue. I knew it was Karen, but I forgot her last name. She was really good. Like, her acting in this was just out of the park. The scene with her and Dr. Glenn in the interrogation room, just wow. That was so good. I think I want this to be a little bigger. I think I want this to be a little bigger than this, but not much. A little bigger than that. Not quite that big. Yeah, I think she was good. Okay, I have a question. Was she the... What color does this come in? Oh man, that would have been a great, like, under the bridge piece. Wow, that would have been perfect. Was BB the one in the Gorilla Video Fisk mask? Because at one point she took the mask off and I couldn't tell who it was. I was like, was that the communications lady from Fisk's office, or was it the lawyer, or was it like it? The screen was dark and her hair was mussed up, and I was like, I couldn't really tell who it was. I figured it was, because then at the end she took the mask off and she was standing there, and I was like, okay, I think it's her. Okay. If I do this, will it be wider? It's not much wider, is it? It's not. God, I wish I could make this. Because I think, well, this might be the right size. That might be better. All right, well, let's put this over here for now. And we'll do this. And that is a 4x6. Let's do 4x6. Yeah, I think that was, I agree. I like that a lot. As soon as you could tell, because they're like, as soon as Karen was like, and there'll be cameras, it's like, yep, he knows what he's doing. It's exactly what they're gonna do. Okay, I think that's a better size, because the dish of this, I know it's a little carried away for a microfighter, but I think that's a better size for the shape of the ship. I think that's good. Yeah. Okay, cool. And it just sits like that. Just sits right on it. Cool. I might try to thicken it up a little bit. Thick. I still want to do this. It also makes me want to go back and finish Jessica Jones, because I didn't finish that initially. We were really enjoying it, and we literally got to kill Raven, David Tennant. Like right as he showed up, we're like, "Ooh, it's gonna get good," and then I forgot what happened because we didn't finish watching it. I think it was like. I was watching, I think at the same time I was watching like the Arrowverse and all the new non-MCU MCU stuff, and I was kind of, I think I got a little burned out by it or something. I don't remember. But I asked Beth, I was like, should we go back and watch Jessica Jones? And she's like, I don't remember anything about it. I was like, me neither. Let's just start at the beginning. Yeah, I think season 1 was Kilgrave. Thank you. Season 1 was good for that. Season 1 was good for Luke Cage. And I didn't watch Iron Fist, and I know it was terrible. And I didn't watch The Defenders. Six plate. There we go. Cool. All right. Yeah. I have not saved anything about this. Save as USS Enterprise D. Got to put that D in there. Everybody wants that D. So and then underneath, I'll probably do the same thing. I should have done this originally. Okay, so now I know kind of how big that is. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. I know. I went an hour and 15 minutes without saving. Somebody should have said something. Somebody should have read me the riot act, really. Slow pieces, yeah, but slow pieces tend to be thick, and then you can't really build on top of them. I don't mind it being a little like, I suppose I could put a dish up here. This might not be too bad. Actually. Oops. I put these here because it would hold these two plates together. If I put this in here, it's not really going to hold it. But we can take a look. I don't mind taking a look. Oop. It's one round plate in here. It doesn't have autosave. Yeah, the underside's got the captain's yacht, which you can actually see in Voyager. Like, you can see it a little better. In this, it's like an outline. So it's almost nothing there. All right, so watched Maul, watched Daredevil. We're gonna watch the next Taskmaster. Oh, are you kidding? Do I need 2 of those? Yeah, I don't like that at all. Which means so the only reason I don't like this dish a whole lot is there's a little bit of this like shuttle bay back here. All right, man, take care. Have a good night. Thanks for coming by. We'll talk to you soon. Yep. So I might keep the rounded, but unless I can figure out how to like stick a shuttle bay on here, like there's no half dish. It's a nice fat tile. Where did that come from? Look at all these nice big fat tiles. I mean, I wish they were in better colors, but goodness gracious. Light aqua? This has got to be like a, they're not terribly, that's an old piece. That's wild. They must have added a bunch of new stuff. So, like, I wouldn't mind doing this. Instead, that might actually be something. This one isn't as much of a dish as the other Enterprise is. This is more of a... Oh, that doesn't fit on there? Oh. I hate that. I hate that they make these big things, but then it doesn't like actually, you can't put it on anything. Like this, you can put on stuff, right? That would work. I don't know why they do this. Why even bother? You can't put it on a plate or anything. So then we got these big things. There's also... It's going to be really hard to figure out, but... I don't know if they're wedges or curved slopes. Oh, those would be cool. But again, like, they're pretty tall, and I'd have to do something in the middle with them. I'm looking for those, maybe they're rounded bricks. Yeah, like this. Round corner. But they're wedges like this. Would that be too big? This might be too big. Yeah, that's too thick. I want to see what it looks like all together. Yeah, I don't like that. I like it kind of being a little flat. I mean, it's not a thick saucer section. You're kidding me. More of that garbage. Round tile. Now it just looks like I'm making a cake. You're useless. Get out of here. Honestly, I think I have a better idea. Let's do Gump. Gump sat alone in a picnic bench. Jumper. Okay. Modified tile. Spaceship cake, yeah. Thick like cake. Tile round. Yeah, there we go. And then these guys around it. And then... So what's everybody's plan for the weekend? Anybody got some plans coming up? Oh, that would have been perfect. It's a really weird tile in here. I just saw it. It was really odd looking. Oh, maybe that was it. That doesn't work for me either. Birthday weekend for me. Yay! Is like tomorrow your birthday? Or this weekend sometime, Saturday or Sunday? Happy birthday, if I don't talk to you. Nice. Birthday on a Friday, man. Can't go wrong with that. Okay. That's where it is. That's where it is. Okay. It's a good mix of flat and spiky for windows. I think that works. Flower thing at the Kalahari. Excellent. Good to hear that you guys will be there. First week at a new job. Congrats on getting a new job. I hope that works out for you. Yeah, so flower thing at the Kalahari. Tomorrow we're going out. A friend of ours got a promotion, so we're going to go out tomorrow night and Sunday morning to celebrate. Going to the Kalahari to do a build event from 2 to 7. I think that was 2 to 7. 2 to 5, 2 to 7. And then there is a hockey game. Mother's Day is Sunday. So everybody make sure to call your mom and make sure you've already sent a card. It's probably too late to send anything now. Yeah, hockey game's Sunday night. Oh no, soccer game. But there's no watch party because it's Mother's Day. The Avs play again Saturday night. So hopefully I'll be home after the flower thing by then. But yeah, birthday stuff sounds great. I'm going to put... I think these will hold this together up here. But I am going to put, I think, this down here. Except that's to kind of give it a little more... because I want it to be able to go in this center bit again, but I also want it to have a little bit of a little more, like if I just attach it right there, it'll be fine. Huh, maybe that will be fine. All right, before I get too far into it, I'm gonna go ahead and save. Really got to nail down how I think I'm going to attach that thing. That may not even be its final form, but I do like how these are shaped. I think it's fine just like that, but I have to figure out how to attach this. Get rid of these guys, they're kind of in the way. And then we got to figure out where to put Jean-Luc here. Where did I put, Picard had a whole thing right here. Maybe I have to do that. Like, I don't know where I'm going to sit him. Maybe up here, just kind of plop them on top. That would kind of look goofy. Like that, and then put a little tile back here. For now, let's do this. If I could get him lower, it would be better. So let's look at that. If I can get him a little lower, it might make me feel a little better. So there's half a circle. This size. Probably not. There's those cutouts again. Is that too much to make him sit in there a little lower? We're at half our pieces already. And a third. That's not bad. Okay. All right, let's look at nacelles. Nacelles are the Boussard collectors of the nacelles are rounded. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away with doing this. But almost go right up to it. And this actually looks like it gets... It's got a little bit more to go. Maybe we'll do... Let's move this back. And I have to remember that I've got these pontoons for the engines to do next. Oh, I just had an idea. Oh, no, that's going to conflict. Okay. It's all good. Nobody panic. I got it. It looks good there? Okay. I have a couple of microfighters where where they kind of just sit on top, and I've never really liked how that looked. I like them kind of being in it and a little snug, like they're in a cockpit. The one I like the least is Bosk's ship called the Houndstooth. And first of all, it's kind of a big microfighter. It's a little bigger than normal. But it's like, he's got such a weird ship. It's like this big wedge of a thing, and then this little bitty like back end where these wings come off it. So it's this weird ship, right? Ooh, somebody did a full Lego. Nice. That's outstanding. That's really cool. I really, really, really like... I was thinking to myself, after I'm burnt out on... microfighters, I want to go back and do like EU ships, like Legends EU ships that aren't going to get made by Lego, and do them kind of UCS scale. I think that would take a lot longer than this, but so anyway, yeah. That's a weird ship, and Houndstooth. And he kind of sits right on top of it. Like there's I put these on here so he has a little siding, but it basically like sits right on top of it. But again, like I tried to make it look like the ship, you know, so there's only so much you can. Oh God, the going back and forth is really bothering me. You know, you try to include as much as you can to make it look like it. And, you know, in some areas you could kind of trim up the wing maybe a little bit so it's a little smaller. But, you know, you do your best. So, okay, so back to this. Broussard collectors. That's a good shape. Let's do another 3 here. And then we'll do a slope. Oh, I was going to look up a cup for a card here. And this is a trans clear. They don't have a trans clear one of these, do they? In studio. Oh, they do. It's a big one, though. Nope. I'll do this. I'll make it white. That's all there is to it. Okay. Do center point station. Isn't that... Oh, I'm thinking far point. What is center point station? I'm gonna look that up now. Is it a Halo thing? Mass Effect? Oh. Oh, what? I don't know if I, this feels like a, is this, Knights of the Old Republic kind of stuff? The Yuzong Vong War, which was after Return of the Jedi. Oh, it was created thousands of years ago. Okay. Ooh. This creeps me out. Any of that stuff, like any Abeloth stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's something I can add to the list. I don't know if that like there's a pilot for it. I usually try to find something that's got a pilot for it, but I also have a design for what's the other one? The Star Forge. I have a Star Forge. And it's got a Bastille Shan or something Shan. I did the Star Forge, which is another one of these like massive whatever. I just put somebody on the middle of it. I'm like, done, whatever. But again, they're not sitting in it. They're just kind of sitting on top of it. Yeah. Okay. I don't need these to be that color now. What was I looking up? Okay, so something in trans red. I did World Devastators. I have one of those. It's got a clone of... I did Airspeeders, the V-Wing Airspeeders, and the World Devastators. World Devastators is actually one I want to build. I think it looks pretty cool. So it's got a clone of Palpatine. This dark... Dark Empire. So I think this looks pretty cool. I like it a lot. And it's infinitely identifiable. Like if a fan of it would see it, they'd be like, yep, that's it. And then I've got a V-Wing Airspeeder, which I think this is one I need to redo. You can tell by the render it's a little old. But again, these are Dark Empire stuff. And this is also where you like saw... I think that was it for like the really cool new ships. There was like variant Star Destroyers and stuff, but that was it. Yeah, so that's fun. Not print, transred. I almost think that they don't have to be symmetrical. That doesn't show it up in the front enough. Oh yeah, what was that? I'm trying to remember if I have that one. Yep. It was a battle station. Yeah, it was basically just the super laser of the Death Star. And I think you only really heard about it in a book. I don't think you ever saw it. I mean, that's some comic book art, but I don't know where. Let's see what appearances it says. Yeah, that's a book. That's a book. Wait, this might be the comic. These are both books. That's wild. I totally forgot about that. I am not making the Sun Crusher because that's the stupidest ship ever made. On sheer principle, I'm not going to make that ship. So I thought this would work pretty good, but it doesn't show enough of the front of it. Do these come in? Oh, these do. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. What if I just do 2 of these? Would that be too big? And then like a little plate in between. 2 plates. That's how we want to do it. If that's not too big. Probably move them in a little closer. That may be too big. And I look at it. How far? They're kind of midway. Yeah, I think that's going to be a little big. Maybe not. All right, take care, man. We'll see you soon. See you in your next stream, hopefully. I'm almost done here anyway. I'm gonna go watch a new episode with Taskmaster with my wife. This actually works out pretty well because then I can do this back here like that. And this can be flat. And that's 3 wide, so I'd have to do 5s. Oh, then I got to think about the rest of the nacelles are just going to be what comes in light blue. I don't think this comes in light blue. Did I pick a light blue already? 1x2 maybe? God, really? No plates come in light blue. That's weird. I thought I just said it didn't. Hey, how much are these? $5. Yeah, no thank you. So I have a bunch of these. And then a tile. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'm going to try not to worry about too much about it being rounded, but I may not have a choice because this is so small. Regular tile, and then just got to figure out how to attach all this, which has always been my biggest problem. This may be a friction build, but oh wait, nope, can't do that. There's the 2x3 plate that has a little hole in it. This guy, that's nice and round on the back. But then I gotta figure out how to... Oh wait, I'm a genius. There's a round tile. It's up here. I'm using it up here. Yes. Well, that just makes me very happy. Now I just have to connect all that. So let's put a plate under this. And these are going to be a lot easier than the Constitution Enterprise because they don't... The Constitution Enterprise's pontoons were like angled out, and then you had to hold them onto these big tubes. These are like I mean, that's just go out, turn up. So I'm not, this is gonna be easy. I'm gonna do a brick build. Be plates, and then there's these inverted slopes or curved bricks. I don't think they're listed in inverted slopes. These guys, like that. Easy peasy. Put two of those together. We'll get a plate. Let's do this. And then where do they attach? In the back. Jumper. Getting ahead of myself a little bit, but it's all good. Not that far back, but not far off, really. Yeah, it needs to move up a little bit. So there is another plate. Modified tile, modified plate, maybe? It's a 1x4 with 2 bits on it. I can do that. And then move this up a little bit. So that might be good. No, don't quite like that, but this is going to have to be odd plate sizes anyway, because this is going to have to be 1x5. And then just repeat this whole thing. And then I guess do a 4 plate here, or a 3. Yeah, I'm liking it. It's not too bad. It's definitely, at the very least, it's recognizable. And I kind of think at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. And then take this whole thing. Nope. Nope. Okay, so let's group that. And let's group that. And then let's group this. Just so I can grab all of them. What? How do I get rid of... And now I just attach... Oh, God, I did it again. Yeah, so that's a little big. So it's funny that that is in the way there. Maybe I can turn this into 3 instead. Could also move it back to here. How many parts are we at so far? $87 parts. Wow, and we're almost done. There's a lot of loose ends in here, though. I might have to raise this up a little, which is fine. Put some other... So, here's the plans, because I think I'm done for the night. But the plans will be to fill this area in right here, which shouldn't be too hard. If I can thin this area up, I don't know how, but I'll try. At the very least, attach it to here. Then put something under this dish. It'll raise the dish a little bit, which is fine, because we can get it away from these Broussard collectors. This is a good look for the Broussard collectors, but I may have to... reduce them a little. I just don't know how yet. I think getting rid of one of these will probably do the trick. So we'll fill that out somehow, connect those up. Yeah, looking good. All right. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Again, I hope you have a good weekend. I'll see some of you tomorrow or Saturday at the flower thing. As always, if you ever have questions about Studio, just drop me a comment. Send me a message on Discord. I don't mind talking about Studio all day long, really. But yeah, we'll get this finished, and then I'll start ordering parts so I can have at least a couple Star Trek things at Brick Rodeo. Make sure to go to brickrodeo.com/tickets to get yours. I think the AFOL passes or the All Access passes are running low. I think we're up to almost 500. I don't remember what they said last time, but hotel rooms are also running low, so make sure to ask about that on Discord or message the organizers in Instagram or something. And make sure to get your MOCs registered. That's coming up. Schedule's going to be out soon, so you can start planning what you're going to do. I'm going to be doing like 8 events, so my time is going to be pretty full. But all right, guys, you guys have a great rest of your week and a good weekend, and I will talk to you again soon.